Hey guys, how you doing? This is the Rias and Akeno Q&A. We're gonna start this off. All right. Favorite country and food from said country? Biased for sure, but um, Italy with good pasta and seafood in it, or can't go wrong with Japan and some good sushi. Is mayonnaise an instrument or a weapon? Potentially yes on weapon. Instrument, I think no. Fan of DC Comics. I mean, originality, character development, and everything else. I'm not religious with it. I don't collect any comics or anything. I'm not up to date on all the series. But yes, I do like DC. As well as Marvel. I know there's a rivalry and some people take it like Pepsi versus Coke, but not me. Is there a plan for a high school DxD OC with two sacred gears and a part of Sonia's peerage? First off, Sonia's story is going to get rebooted. I'm shocked that everybody seemed to like this, and I'm going to give it the respect and give this a reboot and have this go on and tease it a little bit before they actually become a couple and before Lady Sarah Fall Leviathan gets in there. But as far as two sacred gears, and I really gotta look into that. I think there'd be a rule of only having one. I'm trying not to break the rules of that, but let's one thing at a time. There's a lot of elements there. I'm very uncertain about. Any Akame ga Kill stories? That's tough, man. The whole series just rips my heart in half. In the end, I honestly wanted Tatsumi with Akame, but that was just the whole bloodbath. Although my buddy with his Dakota with his Esdeath X reader, I might ask him about that one. Well, Volume 2 of Rias and Akeno have lemons. Prepare for lemon pie, ladies and gentlemen. Any development with Issei and the other girls? Who did he marry? Let's just say he has more than one wife. I have big plans for both these stories. What inspired to give each girl their own quirks? It goes by matching personality. Like, Asi is always kind of like, jealous per se and hates it when, Issei gets flirty with our girls. And, it's just kind of like, bang, frying pan. I just thought it matched up, and I can't believe everyone loves this idea as much as I do. But by all means, I'm on board with it. Let's see. Any other ones? Akeno and S&M. Daddy, It's just little things like that. I think the only one people didn't like was Graphia, and I saw Graphia from the point perspective of I needed something to go along with the story as far as drama goes. And Graphia just seemed to be the person that fit into it well. Some people weren't on board with it at first, but it eventually came around and they liked the idea. It was a gamble, but yeah. Speaking of which, is a frying pan a weapon? Yes, damn it. Yes, pan is justice. Any favorite foods, drinks you like, favorite ice cream? Depends on mood, but steak and seafood's a good time. Killer burrito's a good time. Really good food is good food, regardless of the culture where it comes from, I think. As far as drinks, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of teas. Red Bull when I'm grinding here once in a while, or while I'm at work. And I actually got a detox water called apple pie water. It's like you can actually see the cinnamon sticks in here, but I filled this up with some Brita water, and I cut up a whole apple, put it in here. And the longer it sits, the better and it tastes and smells. But let me put it to you this way. If you have a cold, that'll clean you right out. It's it's really good for emptying out your system. As far as ice cream, I think it's all mood. Like, sometimes you think mint chocolate chip. Last round I had, it was black cherry. It was damn good. how will marriages as well as kids work while in high school? Well, for both these stories, it's going to be a time skip. It's going to be a good time skip. That way it's just strictly, it's home life and it's devil business. And that's kind of the way I read out all of the other stories. And I also did a time skip just because, I think about 5.5, 6 years in the future. Just because I wanted the kids. I wanted Raiden, which is Akeno's son. I wanted Raven, which is Rias' daughter. I wanted both of them to actually have a good input. You want to see that cuteness, them running around the house. I wanted them to have that kind of role instead of just like, you know, cute baby in diapers. You hold them, you cuddle them, you change them, you put them to sleep. Did I really dye my hair? Well, if you aren't watching the video, see the picture, but... Let's see, can I get a good angle? Yeah. Hopefully it's dried and it's pink and not so much of a red, but... It's actually pretty nice. But it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am doing this for the month. I'm going purple for pancreas next month. And this really meant a lot to me. I'm also going to be donating to charity, but I also thought this would raise awareness, which, you know, if you could read from my stories, that's one thing I like doing. I know Ashley doesn't like this per se. Sorry, Angel, but I love you. Why do I write? How am I so good? How can I write stories like you? And am I only on Wattpad? I tagged Dakota, I tagged Omega, I tagged Rye, and I tagged Josh. Which, by the way, Josh is the guy who is the idea mastermind, and we both go back and forth on each other on Blood and Breath, Iramoka. Dakota came from me. Dakota, Rye, and Josh and I run a Facebook anime group. It's called Anime, Ichi, Gaming, Manga, Cosplay, you know, all that sort of things. We got a nice small community going on of like 200, 300 people. And he came up to me and he goes, I want to relieve stress and thought about writing again. And he came to me and just kind of been helping him out with a couple of ideas and such. His first main story is As Death. Omega, he actually bumped into me on Wattpad. He's from Canada. And he his big story is Being Human, which is Bina from Monster Mizume, which me and him have gone back and forth on ideas and things like that. There's going to be a Monster Mizume thing I wanted to tackle soon. I'm really excited for it once I put the stories aside, because I like finishing these stories properly and making room and all that. I got Origami, I got the Ruby stories coming up. My schedule is packed. I mean packed. Let's see. Rise Guys, DXD, and Rosario stories. He's got Koniko and Kokoa. Those are real enjoyable times. You should believe how this guy ships. The DXD ships would blow your mind. And no, it's not Nicopire. And Rias doesn't... Well, as far as Rias, Akeno, Asi, and Zenovia, you would be surprised who they are together with, and you'd be very surprised on who Gasper's with. Just let you know, Gasper's not with Koniko, like I see it. As far as Josh goes, he's also got another series called The Resistance. He's got one of my OCs. I don't create a lot of them, but his name is Odin Delrek, aka the Prince of Teleport. Don't sleep on these guys, trust me. As for tips, I like to stay in a certain rule guideline. There's many unwritten rules, like as in keep the character in there, the main protagonist, particularly in the harem genre. Keep his role the same. Don't reduce his role, and things like that. As far as let's see, be or write like me, I'm not big-headed, guys. I'm just mellow. I think you guys could do this. It just depends on how much work you got in. By this, By this time, by where if you're watching this video or if you're reading this, there's thousands and thousands. Not sure how many thousands, but there's definitely thousands of hours put into this, because if I get home at work at like 10, 11 o'clock, I'm on this thing till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, because this is just what I love to do. It relieves my stress, it keeps me busy, it keeps me from overthinking, and one day I hope to be a professional writer. To what degree, I don't care. I just really love to do this, and every ounce of energy I put into this, I'm proud of. I still skate, I still see Ash, you know, all those things. But this is really, I feel home when I do this. It's just how it is. As far as I'm only on Wattpad, I like it here, man. I really do. I just kind of like the fandom, and I like the community. I know fanfiction.net is great, but I've heard some mixed things, and I just don't want to deal with any more hate. I deal with more personal crap than anything. Don't need to add more on it. Will I ever write a harem story? I find it kind of boring, really. To make like 3 girls just fawn all over a guy and be like, oh, you could undress me, or I'll cook for you, or anything else. It's like, let's make it interesting. It's like, yeah, it can be funny, but it's just kind of like, kind of find it a little boring. Don't take my word on it, but I'm not really sure. Any plans for a Ravel X reader? And as far as any future projects and anime stories, yes, on Ravel, she is one of those girls where it's either, there's 2 things. It's either she's the cute and innocent one, or as my buddy Justin calls it, the home wrecker. Home wrecker. Which Akeno and Rias, you've known that as far as home wrecker goes. You will laugh hysterically of what role I gave her in both of the volume 2s. As far as other works, I still got Konako 1 coming up called White Ears. Got a lot of requests I'm trying to work on. Ruby, Rosario, DXD. But as far as stuff that I came up with, Muse from Amagi Brilliant Park, Urza from Fairy Tail, of course, and Miro from Matsumizume, called Tragedy. Now, there's a lot of works that I got coming up. I'm not going to reveal all of them because I don't want to make everyone wait. But I'm going to try and see what I could finish now and just keep moving on with there. Plus, with the volume 2s around, those are going to be a big focus throughout the fall and winter. Let's see. Any chance of a Rosario DXD or any type of crossover? That's wicked, man. For real. Not out of the question. I just don't know how I could pull off. Being completely honest with you. Some might have like a different idea of their approach than I will, but I don't know how to piece it. Please tell me you're continuing Irina. Yes, Angel on Edge is becoming one of my favorite stories, and there is big plans for that. No stopping it, and hopefully I can inspire that to be an original story of mine. Where would I get a tattoo and where? I respect all the artwork, but I just don't see it, guys. I thought about like a relic from Crash Bandicoot on my shoulder, a shield here, a red cross here, black and gray angel wings on my back. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars of work into it easily. But right now it's just not in not only budget, but I'm just. Is it weird to say I'm OCD about my skin? Like, if I see, like, a bad line, I'm just gonna hate myself? It's weird. But even if I wasn't, just the thousands and thousands of dollars that I'd be putting into this is just crazy. Just absolute mad. Definitely not on my list. I mean, I respect all tattoos and the artwork that are good, but right now I'd rather be treating my girlfriend, putting stuff in my skate company, and paying off my car than getting a tattoo at the moment. What scene did Akeno get pregnant in her story? I'm guessing the casino, just kind of like the James Bond without the bad ending. How long will the sequels be? Honestly, guys, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I have no idea. These are my first sequels. Mizure, Akeno, Rias. These are my first ever sequels. I literally have no experience. Whoa, 15 and a half minutes. Jeez. But yeah, I have no idea how long these sequels are going to be, or where this is going to go, or how many sequels I'll actually make. I truthfully have no idea. That's the, I guess you could say that's the awkward part about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. As far as last words, I hope everyone enjoys the ride for the Volume 2s. Let's see, Rias is at has over 70,000 views. Akeno's got over 40. Voltage, which is going to be Akeno's Tale, the kids for Rias. They're both going to be out on Devil's Night, October 30th. That's New York time. As far as that goes, guys, thank you for making this possible. You guys are the best, and I love you all. And take care. Later.